Fui beneficiado en la visita que hicieron los médicos hace un año. Me hicieron una cirugía que salió muy bien. Me siento muy bien, muy agradecido con ellos.
Y el polio es un dolor de cabeza y una hinchazón en el cuerpo horrible, pero ya, gracias a Dios, ya me está calmando.
Tenía una afectación en el cuerpo que cuando tenía 3 meses me dio el polio. Entonces me quedó medio cuerpo, o sea, más delgado que el otro y caminaba como cojo.
De antemano pues le doy las gracias a ellos porque ellos son los que de verdad me han quitado mis dolencias.
Me hice un procedimiento de lipectomía, el cual se me infectó, no sé, debido al mal cuidado, no sé cómo sería.
Estoy acá porque me enteré que había una brigada de salud que venía aquí al Guaviare, entonces vine para que me hicieran un arreglo en la mejilla, que es un problema que tengo hace más de un año.
Colombia has just been amazing. The people are some of the most kind and welcoming and generous people I've ever met. The food here is it's just delicious. It rivals the top cuisine in the world, and very, very tasty. And Colombia has a wealth of natural resources. There's the colorful rivers, there's also the cave paintings, so many beautiful natural resources here as well. So I love Colombia. I love Colombia. My heart definitely stays in Colombia every time I leave.
In 2020, I met two wonderful people, Jamal Bullocks and Cara Bullocks, who are the director and medical director of Surgical Volunteers International. And they talked to me about the missions they do around the world. They were usually going to places like Asia and Africa, and they were looking for new countries to visit to help people in different ways.
I began working with this group in 2007 under the direction of Tom Flood, who's our founder, who came up with this novel concept of doing volunteer missionary work. The whole idea of being a true volunteer is to give your time and to give your effort. And he wanted to create an organization that was unfiltered by any sort of bureaucracy or any sort of overhead. The goal of Surgical Volunteers International is to make sure that every single donor dollar goes to a patient, their family, or a community that suffers from minimal resources. And the way that we do this is that we eliminate all overhead, meaning everyone that works with the group is a true volunteer. All of our doctors, all of our anesthesiologists, our nurses, all of our other healthcare providers and practitioners, as well as all of our accountants and all of our administrative people that work with the group are true volunteers.
My name is Laura Ardila. I am a physician and I am the director of Prescribing Life Foundation. The foundation was born in 2021, so 2 years ago, and it was born officially under the premise that we wanted to help a lot of people in the pain that were suffering from chronic pain. I specialize in pain management with neurotherapy. I'm saying that the foundation was born officially because it was actually born by heart many years ago, thanks to my father, who is a physician as well, Jairo Ardila, who started this kind of missions in Colombia more than 30 years ago. In the first mission in 2021, we were able to see around 1,000 people for pain management, and Surgical Volunteers International did around 52 surgeries, reconstructive surgeries, especially for children and adults.
Over the years, I've got a team of like John here, it's been many years, and Nina Wynn and Julie and some people, you know, have been doing on trips for 20 years. Dr. Pham, I knew 20 years ago as an anesthesiologist, and went on one trip 20 years ago, and now he's back. So it kind of gets in your blood a little bit. I went a little overboard doing that many trips, and I'd like to thank my wife for allowing me to go and spending all the money I do on these trips. And providing a cleft lip surgery for a child is really, really awarding. And it's also very awarding to provide it to an adult. We've done several mothers who are 40, 50 years old with children with big, wide cleft lips, and the whole family and everybody is so happy with that. It's just life-changing. And so we'll see how the week goes. There's over 100 patients that are here today on a Sunday, and we'll start operating tomorrow. Let's see how everything goes.
Buenos días, es con mucho cariño que estamos acá. Acuérdese que nosotros no curamos, los médicos no curamos ni sanamos. Los que se curan son cada uno de ustedes. Nosotros simplemente tendemos la mano y los acompañamos en la situación en la que estén, y con nuestro conocimiento los ayudamos a recorrer ese camino para volver a recuperar nuestra salud, ¿de acuerdo?
We have great expectations for this week. Last year we saw around 1,000 patients over 5 days, and we want to do the same or even have a bigger goal this time. We're very excited, and we see that the population is responding to our call, and they want to be seen, and especially for chronic pain and treatment in many different chronic ailments. So we're very excited to start, and I can't wait to see the results that we're going to have.
Trabajaba una ya los 14 años, en una fuerza fue mi última operación, de ahí nada más. Y acá nos fuimos a trabajar a Villavicencio, y allá conocimos a la doctora Laura. Ella nos dijo del programa que estaban haciendo, la fundación, y nos dijo que viniéramos.
Pues la verdad, cuando yo me la encontré a ella, fue una felicidad porque llevo ya 1 año y medio bregando que me opera mi hijo, y pues el CIRBEN, eso es mucha demora.
Pues yo he sufrido mucho porque en el colegio me hacía bullying. Yo como trabajo en la calle, a mí la gente me discrimina, me arremean, que me hundan. Y en mi trabajo no puedo, en el trabajo.
Bueno, yo vivo con mi abuelita porque, digamos, cuando mi mamá me tuvo, ella como al año, ella quedó otra vez embarazada de mi hermana. Y pues a ella se le complicaba mucho porque ella, por ser así también, pues mi mamá no tenía un trabajo estable, ella vivía de lo que trabaja en la calle el día a día. Y más que yo era así también, pues ella no me podía como cuidar bien. Entonces mi abuelita se hizo cargo de mí. Entonces desde ahí mi abuelita como que no encontramos quién me operara, a nadie le interesó. Hasta yo era muy enferma de los pulmones y a mí todo el mundo le daba miedo operarme porque le daba mucho miedo porque yo desde pequeña he tenido asma y neumonía. Entonces ningún doctor se atrevía a hacerme nada. Hasta que un día yo estaba trabajando con mi abuelita y nos encontramos a un doctor y el doctor pasó lo mismo que con mi hijo, él se enamoró de mí y él dijo que él me quería ayudar y él como nos vio trabajando así en la calle vendiendo dulces y todo, él de una vez me dijo que fuéramos a la clínica de él y él me operó. A los 6 años él me operó. Estoy muy emocionada con la cirugía de mi bebé porque yo he pasado por eso y yo sé qué es eso y yo sé que me va a tocar duro y a los dos, pero pues ahí vamos.
So at this point, we're in the middle of our mission. It's Wednesday. We've had 1 day of screening where we screened over 200 patients, and we've had 2 days of operations. In those 2 days, we've done close to 30 operations. It's been a mix of patients from pediatric patients to actually older patients. So far, all the patients have done very well. We've had some real impactful surgery, especially in the younger patients that have been born with cleft lip and cleft palate, and also in the patients that have had hand deformities and anomalies that are related to trauma that we've corrected with plastic and reconstructive surgery.
I think all of the volunteers at SVI agree that there's a great need for this kind of volunteer work. There are many, many places around the world that just don't have access to care. And if not for the volunteers, they never would. So it's important to get out there and help other people. That's why we all went into this profession. And by helping them, it helps us. It brings us back to why we first started medicine, why we went into this career, and that's important for these patients and the patients we care for back home as well. So it's a great and rewarding thing to do.
The hardest thing we face is we do surgeries on babies. It's really important to pay attention to how it affects their lives. Like, for example, if you do a cleft lip, you have a great challenge to make every part of his face to look similar on both sides. And you know, when there is like any millimeter difference from one part of the nose and the other side, it's gonna be looking bad on him and gonna affect his life at school, how to make friends. And it really gives us a big burden, and we're trying our best to help them. And it's really, really beautiful. You see how it affects the life in the future. Doing any kind of stuff, anomalies, cliffs, hypospadias, like that, can be a big of impact in the family and the kids, how they grow, like feeling well.
I see that as one of our mission is just to fill in the gap, or to not just jump in and do surgeries and then jump out of the countries again, but really to develop a good relationship with the people in the country so that we can actually make improvements that will carry into the long term.
What happens when we come into a community like this and we look outside of the hospital, it actually becomes infectious with all of the people around us. What we've seen is that more people that have been in our community, in this community, they tend to step in and try to help. A great example is that we found a local dentist who knew that we were here performing healthcare, and he decided to volunteer some time with us to help some of our patients as well. So we'll see that in different sectors when we go to different communities, that us coming here sort of stimulates everybody else to see what else they can do to help and be involved with us and within their community.
When we were at the mission site, we realized that beyond helping people with chronic pain, which is extremely rewarding, there were a lot more needs that were needed to be covered in different areas in the places that we were. So we were in San José del Guaviare in Colombia, and we realized that there were many communities that needed our help, especially orphans and also many people or kids from the indigenous tribes. In that process, we created a second mission in the same year, and in December we were back close to Christmas time. And we deliver over 45 bicycles for the children of the orphanage and also for children that are indigenous that were in another school. In both cases, they didn't have the means or the ways to go to school or any transportation to go to school. So we were providing those bicycles for them to have a beautiful present for Christmas, but also a way for them to get to school and get education. The laptops or the tablets actually were provided to with that goal. And those were delivered to the children in the orphanage, but also into a group that it's called the Water Preserve Group, who are children between 5 years and 13 years old, who are in charge of educating other children into preserve the body waters in their country and in their state. Over the next months, we also started a project to create a water well for an indigenous community in Guaviare, in the community of the Huey community, and that's going to provide clean water for a school in the indigenous community where around 150 children go to school, and the community per se is going to be also provided with clean water. That project was actually delivered this year in our second mission, and we're very proud and excited for it. Another thing that we have been able to accomplish was to create a link with a robotics program that is actually in the middle of the Amazon in the area of Guaviare. And there is this wonderful, beautiful teacher. Her name is Tatiana, and she is teaching kids understand and have fun with technology and with robotics, but also educating them in a way that is being environmentally conscious.
ScienceBot ya lleva más o menos 7 años. En Argentina estuvimos ejecutando distintos proyectos. Después llegamos a la puerta norte de la Amazonía colombiana, San José del Guaviare. Y aquí estamos implementando el proyecto con distintos niños. Ya llevamos un impacto de más de 500 niños en los ETCRs, con los niños indígenas y con distintos colegios con los que estamos trabajando estas temáticas de ciencia y tecnología, donde los niños aprenden electrónica, programación, diseño 3D, desarrollo de videojuegos y aplicaciones y vuelo de drones. Tuvimos el acercamiento con la Fundación Prescribing Life, la cual nos apoyó con unas computadoras para las niñas que fueron seleccionadas del programa She's, Ella es Astronauta. Una de estas niñas logró llegar a la NASA junto conmigo a conocer las instalaciones del Space Center, donde estuvimos una semana entera aprendiendo distintas temáticas de ingeniería, matemáticas, artes y todo lo que tiene que ver con ciencia. Nos encontramos con una persona que nos ayuda a gestionar el contacto con la Fundación Prescribing Life y bueno, afortunadamente me dan un computador, el cual me funcionó un montón para poder asistir a todas las clases, para tener en orden como las cosas y los aprendizajes que tenía y mantener un proceso como llevadero y organizado. En San José del Guaviare hay un gran impacto social con estas temáticas de ciencia y tecnología. En ScienceBot somos 19 jóvenes que estamos enseñando estas temáticas de robótica y programación, y es por eso que estamos buscando el apoyo de distintas entidades para que podamos lograr llegar a más comunidades rurales y urbanas llevando estas temáticas de ciencia y tecnología, y que los niños puedan tener esas herramientas para lograr sus objetivos y tener una vocación científica en sus futuros.
I would say by far amongst, I think we all agree that this is one of our favorite places to come and do a mission. The support from the government is like none other, which makes us feel needed and safe, and that's really important for us as volunteers and for all of the volunteers that are involved. We have always received such a warm welcome here. There's such a great need. The patients are so appreciative, and we really feel like we're leaving an impact. All those things are crucial to make a mission very successful. So I think we all agree at SBI that we will have many more missions here in Colombia, and I look forward to those.
In order to have success in a mission like this, it takes a big team. We'd like to thank our collaborating group, the Prescribing Life Foundation, that's run by and founded by Dr. Laura Roser and her father, Dr. Jairo Ardilla. They've been crucial and instrumental in setting the foundation for our way into Guaviare in order to make this mission successful. In addition to that, we are extremely grateful for the host hospital here at Guaviare Hospital de San Jose, who've been great hosts and have really welcomed us and allowed us to do great work here.
This year, we came back to Guaviare, and I want to say that it's not just to the efforts of Surgical Volunteers International and Prescribing Life Foundation, but also to the government of Guaviare and the Governor Heider Palacios, and not just him, but also the Colombian Army, who has been amazing. So to the government, we are extremely grateful, because without them, all of this couldn't be possible. So now in 2022, we are back in San Jose del Guaviare with a bigger group, with more dreams. We are wanting to help more people. The mission is going incredible, and I'm so excited to see what's next for us. We definitely want to help a lot more population, and we realize one more time that it's not just through healthcare that that's possible. Even if that's our goal as physicians and that's what we do, we are also human beings, and we know that there are many other ways that we can help and collaborate with people. And if God has given us the opportunity to do that, we're going to take it, and we're going to try to help as much as we can.